What if I told you that we could get rid of all the nuclear bombs on Earth by launching them into space? Sounds wild, right? But imagine for a second, what if it actually worked? Let's break it down and see what would happen. First off, did you know there are about 12,705 nuclear weapons on Earth? Yeah, that's a lot of firepower. And most of them are in the hands of just two countries, the United States and Russia. They control over 11,000 nukes between them, while countries like China, France, and India have just a few hundred each. Even the smallest of these bombs could wipe out an entire city. So, what if we decided to blast them all into space? Crazy idea, right? But let's see what would happen. Now, sending all these nukes into space would be no small task. We're talking thousands of rockets, each carrying a nuclear weapon. And it's not as simple as just packing them up and blasting off. These things are dangerous, and the security around them is tight. No single person can launch a nuke on their own. It takes a whole team. So who would we trust to handle this mission? We'd need a special international team made up of experts from all over the world, working together to make sure everything goes smoothly. But even with the best team, launching thousands of nukes into space is a huge challenge. Our current rockets aren't built to carry something as heavy and dangerous as a nuclear bomb, let alone thousands of them. We'd need to design new rockets that are super strong, durable, and safe. Each nuke would have to be carefully packed in a special container to make sure nothing goes wrong during the journey. And where do you launch something like this? Obviously, not near any major cities, just in case something went wrong. We'd need a new launch site, somewhere remote, where a failed launch wouldn't cause a disaster. Once everything's in place, it's time to launch. But where do these nukes go once they're in space? We'd have to send them far away from Earth, way past the orbit of the International Space Station, which is about 400 kilometers above us. The last thing we want is for these nukes to explode too close to home, creating space debris that could damage our satellites. Imagine losing GPS, TV, and the internet because of a nuke explosion in space. Not good. To be really safe, we'd probably want to send them even farther, maybe past the moon's orbit, which is around 384,000 kilometers away. At that distance, the nukes could be detonated without causing any harm to Earth. But what would that look like from down here? Picture this. You're staring up at the night sky, and suddenly you see a series of bright flashes. It would look like stars were exploding one by one. But instead of all the nukes going off at once, they'd be detonated over a period of weeks or even months to keep things under control. It would be an incredible sight, and people all over the world would be watching this once-in-a-lifetime event. But the light show wouldn't be the only thing to see. All that energy from the explosions could create new auroras, those beautiful glowing lights we usually only see near the poles. But this time, they might appear all over the world. Scientists would have a field day studying these auroras and learning more about how radiation interacts with Earth's magnetic field. Now, after the last nuke is detonated, we'd finally be free from the threat of nuclear war. Sounds like a dream come true, right? But hold on, there could still be some serious downsides. For one, all that radiation and debris from the explosions might create new hazards in space. Future astronauts could run into dangerous clouds of radiation, and our satellites could still be at risk from the debris left behind. So, while launching all the world's nukes into space might seem like a great idea, it's not without its risks. We'd have to be really careful to make sure we don't create new problems while trying to solve an old one. Maybe instead of just blowing them up in space, we could find a specific spot far away where they wouldn't cause any harm. Some people have even suggested sending nukes to Mars to make it more habitable, but that's a story for another time. So, what do you think? Is this plan genius or just plain crazy? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-blowing what-if scenarios.